Well, good morning and welcome back. There's no place like your home. Well, our Pop Tarts are ready. So let's get right to it on this. They ended up baking for about 14 minutes at 425 the whole time. Now, this is my first time ever having made them. I don't think it's a big deal. I've made blueberry pies, but I was just excited to try something a little different in that. So they're different sizes. I didn't really have a uniform size here, but that might be a nice thing if you just want a small bite of one, or someone does want a larger one in your household. There's different sizes. But I think for when the next time I make these and giving them as a gift to family and friends, they'll definitely be uniform. So a few things. I did frost a couple of them because I didn't care whether you saw what they looked like or not. Some of the blueberry oozed out, and it burned, a little bit of the crust burned, but you can cut that off, or you might like a little bit of a burned crust. So again, I just have my powdered sugar icing that I made, and this one I just threw a little bit of the fall sprinkles that I had on hand just to show you. So I can definitely elevate the presentation, there's no doubt about that. But again, this was just a first take. And then here's one that I just did the icing on. I'm right by the window, so the lighting's pretty bad, but the blueberries just baked so nicely. Some of them, as I said, did ooze out, and when I took them out, they were bubbling, and I just really felt very, very happy to see that. So, and then here's a little one, like kind of just fits in your hand, a little sized Pop-Tart. And then I did ice one of the nice ones that didn't have too much of the burned crust or the too many blueberries, but I think I've achieved what I was looking to achieve. And again, they're just a couple tablespoons of the blueberry jam in there, just really oozed up and filled out. So I know that first bite's going to be just really blueberry packed. And again, here are just some others that I haven't done anything to yet. Let me just kind of clean this plate up. One thing about food that I learned a long time ago, presentation is key. No matter what you're making, whether you're doing a package of ramen noodles, putting it in a nice bowl with nice silverware, even if it's plastic, a pretty color, nice napkin, a placemat, just something that really makes your food look appealing, and especially when we do serve to others. So if you can see that, maybe I'll just try to tilt this down some more. There you go. I think those just look very nice. And again, as I said, I will continue to work on this and make them a uniform size, and then probably just stick to that light sugar icing that goes on top. So, well, without further ado, I do have to try one. And it's interesting, I really, for as much as I love baking, I really don't eat a lot of sweets at all. So I'll just take one that I don't, because I'd like to give it to my family, the nicer ones. So I don't know if this is showing up in the camera or not. And again, my channel is about saving money and, sometimes realizing that you don't have what you need on hand. You're running to the store. That takes time. This takes time. But, the benefits of this are so much better than buying the packaged food. I'm not saying that, not to do it. I know this is a little more involved. But, you can look ahead and start supplying your pantry with flour and sugar and salt. and eggs. I always have a bunch of eggs on hand. And, you know, all the ingredients to either make prepared food or a dessert. There's a whole lot more you can do with a pie crust than just making dessert. So let me taste this. I can see the blueberry there, just nice and thick, and a little bit of the icing. Oh my gosh. That is delicious. That absolutely is delicious. Wow. There you have it. That is I would say, the best Pop-Tart I've ever tasted. And remember, you know, the ingredient list, 4 ingredients for the pie crust, the blueberries, let me think here, blueberry lemon juice, and a little bit of sugar, 3. For 7 ingredients, you're getting something like this quality. So again, you know, with the climate change in so many ways, you know, preparing your own food is really the best way to go as much as possible. I watch different influencers and see people are doing DoorDash. I'm aware of all of that. All of that food, you know, you're paying more for the service. So something that might be $15 is going to be $17 or $18. You got to give a tip, you know, and a lot of times it doesn't come fresh. I've never done that, and I'm not saying anything either way. It's just I've really had to keep my belt tight on how I do my living, and at this point I really just want to share that with you. So um, there's no place like your home, and I hope that you will be inspired to try some things that are, you know, just almost free to cheap in preparing them, in doing your home, in doing your life, your clothing. A dear friend gave me this apron. She no longer uses it. So I love it. It's perfect for this time of year. Well, I will see you soon. And again, there's no one as special and as unique as you, and there's no place like your home. I have to put these away because that's why I don't eat sweets, because I don't have an off button. I'll see you soon.